There today we are asking you, what would you like President Uhuru Kenyatta to address today in his State of the Nation address, that is this afternoon in the National Assembly? James Smart, you have a discussion for us.
Absolutely, and we'll take a short detour, but a very important one at this particular point, to discuss matters social media and the trends. And I'm joined by Mark Kaigwe from the Nindo Group of Companies. Karibu sana, Mark.
Thank you so much, James.
There's a report that you released, 2014 report on the social media. What are some of the key trends that you think we are taking in, as KOT or social media, and things like that?
So there's a number of trends we're expecting for to transform digital media, and to be honest, kind of business as usual over 2014 and 2015. So there's 15 trends, but there's 3 main ones. And at Nindo, we've been thinking about how these transform how we communicate with everyday Kenyans. So the main 3 are that WhatsApp changes everything. The instant messenger on many smartphones and feature phones today will transform customer service and the way people participate in what we call citizen media. We expect that social TV is also going to become a more present phenomenon, which is where people, much like those viewers watching this broadcast now, are able to tweet and to communicate with this broadcast and influence it. And the last one is social media at the county level, or what we're calling social media devolution. Just a way of describing what happens when these semi-autonomous counties begin to actually take and implement social media to tap themselves with a 3 million audience of Kenyans in the diaspora who last year sent close to $1 billion in remittances.
But Mark, there's proper challenges, challenges that this country has today, and you mentioned one, devolution is right in there. We have, opportunities, youth are looking for opportunities, entrepreneurship opportunities and all that. How is this, digital, boom, or if you like, or how where most Kenyans want to operate, the spacing, how is that helping to solve the problem or look for solutions, as we look, because we're all there, is it helping us to solve our problems?
I think it is. It's helping Kenyans air them a bit better. Now, we just watched a broadcast just now where one person's voice was shown in an edit of a finite amount of minutes. It's, this is one, a vox pop here that you chose out of a number of sampling of different voices of Kenyans. Now, social media opens that debate up. Part of the 2010 Constitution actually mandates for public participation in discussion of legislation, and at least of just involving members of the public and citizens in shaping how the counties are run. And social media adds another element to that allows it to happen virtually, and it's a great opportunity for progressive counties to actually embrace this. And we've seen it in counties that you might not even expect. So we have, whether it's citizens in Wajir actually organizing on Facebook and as citizens themselves, and obviously passing along information down to all manner of different uses, not restricted just to social media. That's what's exciting us about these trends, and what we hope to see businesses and government embrace in the next 12 to 18 months.
And speaking about government, digital government, it's supposed to be a digital government. And you have all this space where people operate. You have a government that is supposed to be digital, wants to do things differently, has ideas on how to do, things differently. Talk to me about how these two marry in terms of, what government does in terms of policy and the things that they can actually do to influence actual things in this digital space.
Right. So we have one category of the trends which looks at primarily just that. So the government, and we have 3 main trends that we predict there. One of them is what I just call that social media devolved, so at a county level what it looks like. The other is when Nyumba Kumi goes digital. So, we've seen a lot about security in the last few weeks, but people are wondering how are citizens, especially those who are connected, by way of either a mobile phone or an internet connection, how are they using technology to better organize? And there's some who we saw in some cases using WhatsApp, for example, where even the watchman in a given area, is given a phone that allows him to update people.
So they're all in a group.
They're all in a group, and it's the people of different households along a different street, and no matter what happens, what event, they're all in communication, and even members of their private security companies at that. So we're hoping to see this level of security at a personal level and as a citizen's level taken hopefully to the next level thanks to technology. And I think now on one side, the third of the trends around government looks at privacy. So we've had a bill, the cybersecurity bill at the AU, which gladly did not pass in the January meeting in Addis, but it's going to be up for revision or up for review in May, and we're hoping, even as we expect the AG's office here in Kenya to put something similar forward, that we can actually have private sector involved to make sure that it doesn't put the data of consumers at risk.
Mm-hmm. And as we wind up, I've had two final questions, and you've touched on one. That is cybersecurity and the fact that we're all in a digital space now, and there's always that risk that someone is watching for a good reason or a bad reason. How do we start protecting ourselves or creating profiles, out there and starting to figure out, this is government has a right to get this, and government doesn't have a right to know about this, about the things that I do privately, on WhatsApp, knowing I was last at 1:30.
Well, there's obviously what you can do as an individual, but on the other hand, it's the kind of legislature we have around data and data protection, and this cybersecurity bill and any of the ones that will follow it. It's important for that to be discussed thoroughly, and for the measures of protection to be put in place well before such a bit of legislation can be passed. So much of it is actually involving the private sector, where exceptional companies have come out, both global, regional, and local, and I think we'll get there just a bit at a time.
Mark, final question: does Twitter followers determine how worthy you are? How influential you are?
It doesn't. Actually, one of the trends says that this influence bubble, this one where we have companies paying people to tweet, or influencers as it were, that's going to burst this year for Kenya and definitely for East Africa.
So no big wigs, small wigs.
hopefully not as many, and hopefully wiser brands and wiser agencies interacting with these influencers.
All right, Mark Kaigwe from Nendo will definitely continue having this discussion and manual it as we go forward. This is Morning Express. We'll continue watching Morning Express.